Well guys, it is time to install the carbon fiber drive shaft from the Driveshaft Shop, and I am super pumped to do that today. I really just can't explain how excited I am to see exactly what the results are gonna be with the drive shaft installed. It's gonna be a lot lighter, and that makes a big difference. The red eye has to be jacked up, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to do that. This is a very easy install. It's straightforward, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. Good morning and welcome to the channel. If you guys are stopping in for the first time, I am Corey, and this is Driveway Demons. So it is time to get the red eye jacked up. It's time to get the red eye situated to install the drive shaft. I'm gonna set the rear tires on the ramps, jack the front end up, and make sure it's safe. I'm gonna get a couple of extra jacks under there, and then I'm gonna lower the exhaust. I'm gonna show you guys how I'm not going to unhook anything. I'm lowering the entire exhaust system with a jack and a board. I am not gonna break it down into pieces because that would be the really hard way to do things, and I really don't wanna do that. So I'm gonna lower it all in one piece, and then we're gonna get the drive shaft removed and the carbon fiber one installed. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how much they weigh. Just in case you guys were wondering how high flowing the green cats are from Cook's, I'm gonna show you guys, here is the factory cat. Okay, you guys can see exactly what the cone looks like. And here we have Cook's Jesse green cats, which are high flow. They definitely have a lot more room for air. These cats definitely have larger perforations in the ceramic, so you guys can see they're definitely a lot higher flow than the factory catalytic converter. Now, because these are coupled right over top of the header, it's gonna be really hard to push these back right here. So the easy way to do this is going to be to loosen the bolt right up there on these rear hangers and just leave the mufflers hanging. That'll bring the exhaust completely down and allow me to push back on it, making this job a lot easier. All right guys, because of the style of flange that Cook's uses right here, it's very hard to get them off because once it's clamped and seated in the X-pipe, it's very hard to push back. Because I removed those bolts at the back of the exhaust, which is where the hangers were, you can see I can move the exhaust up and down. And because I can do that, it allows me to wiggle and get this off. So you guys can see the movement right here in the pipe. This is truly the easiest way to do this install. As you can see, everything is accessible, everything, okay? This took me 15 minutes to do this, and you don't have to disconnect the exhaust fully at all. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 10mm bolts or nuts that hold the heat shield on. We're gonna get that off, and then it'll be time to remove the drive shaft. All right, so now you can see the drive shaft is a 2-piece. Going to remove the 13mm bolt right there and right here, as well as the 6 Torx bolts that are in the front and rear of the drive shaft. Those are T50. If you guys are wondering what those are, I recommend getting you a set just like this. This is T50 and it goes right in. I'll show you guys. You're gonna need these to do this job, and as you can see right here, there we go. So those are a T50. I really don't want to put a strain on the transmission or the differential for that matter. So I'm not gonna remove these 2 bolts here until I've disconnected it completely from the transmission. This way, once I release these 2 bolts, the drive shaft will come down and it won't just sit there putting weight on the differential and the transmission. Another really smart thing that I recommend doing is indexing the drive shaft before you remove it. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little mark right here. Put a little mark right there. Little mark right there. And you can see in here, I'm gonna put a little mark right there. Okay, so I've marked all 3. Transmission, flange, shaft. I'm even gonna mark right here. Another mark right there. So this way I know exactly what's going on if I ever have to reinstall it. Okay, now here's the tricky part. You guys may think you're stuck. You can't get to the top Torx bolts right there, but it's very easy. If you guys come over here, There's this little arm on the transmission. It's right here, and you just push up, listen to the click. That puts the transmission in neutral, and I'll show you guys. I'm gonna press it and then rotate. And now I can turn and rotate the transmission in neutral, and then I'll let it go back into park and I'll let it click. There, you guys can hear it's in park. All right, guys, the drive shaft is out. Just got to remove it from the rear differential. Gonna pull that out, and we're gonna see how much this thing actually weighs. All right, guys, time for the stock drive shaft to see what it weighs. Here we go. 23.4 versus 32. You're taking 9 pounds off rotational mass. That's the big part here. 9 pounds of rotational mass is a lot. So you're gonna need hex or Allen sockets, which I do have. I'm gonna show you guys what they look like. You're gonna need those for the Driveshaft Shop bolts because they are not Torx. All right, so here we go. Here is the 8. I believe this is the right size. And that is correct, 8 millimeters. You wanna make sure all the bolts have thread locker on them. Thread locker blue, not red. You'll never get the red ones out. Use the blue for sure. All right, it is time to torque these bolts up 49 foot-pounds, and they are good to go. All right, so Driveshaft Shop wants you to measure from the flange, just like I've got here, to the edge of the drive shaft, right where you see the aluminum right here. They want you to measure, and it's got to be between 3 1/4 and 4 1/4. Mine is at 4 or 4 1/16. So I'm in between, I'm good, but ideally I would like to see this at 3 3/4. So I'm really 1/4 of an inch too far extended from dead center, but that's the way it's looking. Well, that is gonna do it for the install. Now it's time to drive the car, see the characteristics, how the car behaves, and see how much better the drive shaft helps make the car respond due to all that weight being off of the rotational mass. Overall, the characteristics of the vehicle, and I cannot wait to drive it, but it's that time, guys. There's rotational mass removed because the acceleration is more peppy, a little bit quicker. The RPMs want to climb faster. You can tell that there's been weight removed. You can feel the engine wants to accelerate a little bit quicker. It just wants to more freely rev, like there's less strain on the engine, and 10 pounds off rotation is a lot. It drives pretty much relatively the same as stock. I do notice when I get into the throttle, there's more throttle response, really. That's where the key is here, is that it's going to accelerate a little bit better because there's less, rotational mass. But overall, I'm very impressed with the drive shaft. It really does drive smooth, no vibrations thus far. Then again, I've only been up to 55 miles an hour, but there's been no weird vibrations or anything like that. It does accelerate a little bit better. I feel like the car wants to get through the RPMs a little bit easier and quicker as well. So overall, very pleased.
So yeah, so you're looking at the new direct fit Hellcat Demon Red Eye one-piece carbon fiber drive shaft. This is a new version we're going to be releasing very soon. Namely, the big changes are new direct fit CVs. They fit right in the factory flanges. No more extra hardware, no more adapter plates, precision ground internals.
Awesome.
Nice and shiny and pretty.
There is literally almost 6 times the amount of flex in carbon fiber as there is in a stock steel shaft. So think about basically going from 5 degrees to 30. You're basically almost saying no flex versus flex. So in reality, the shaft is going to absorb that so that your differential doesn't have a problem. And then Lee was explaining to me how the actual shaft itself, after there's torsional twist, takes several seconds to go back to its original state. So you're not damaging it, it's basically just absorbing the impact. Right. So this is actually going to save your transmission and save your differential. To be honest, if you have no mods in your car and don't plan on modding it, you just want to race it stock, you would still be much better off doing the shaft anyway.
Absolutely.
Because you're gonna save all your stock components.
And not only that, these drive shafts are rated to over 1,000 horsepower. The 3.8 diameter carbon fiber tube. It's the same stuff we use on Pro Mods. Lots of big, heavy race cars. Really, the only thing that's going to damage this is if you let something cut into it. I got one of the first ones ever made, so I'm going to show you guys exactly what it will do. And if you can take the factory one out, you can definitely put this one in. Yep. It's very, very easy install for anybody who's taking a factory one out. You don't got to mess with U-joints anymore.
and the best in the business just got even better. Wherever
Sure.
Lee tells us.
And
we're
these
allowed
things
to
will
go.
keep your balls smooth. Right?
Yeah, every guy wants to make sure their balls are smooth.
Yes.
Definitely.
So as you guys can see the difference from the old one to the new one.
That's right.
I'm gonna be honest, this piece right here is very sexy. It's almost as sexy as a woman.
Almost.
Almost. Like, I mean, look at that. Look at
Yeah.
the craftsmanship of that right there.
There's a lot that goes into that.
You are not gonna have any scarring on your bearings, that's for sure. Look at that, it's like,
Keeping your bearings safe.
yeah,
right.
that's perfect machining right there.
It's after hours, so everybody's already gone home. But
Okay.
give you a little.
Holy
Yeah.
What?
jeez Louise, guys, this is literally bigger than GT House, and they've got a big factory.
Yeah.
That caught me off guard because I was expecting it was just gonna be like a little shop to pick something up, and then I'm like,
Oh my God, this is literally
it's like a whole world back
you
here.
can, like a production facility. You manufacture. This
We
is like a
are-
manufacturing place.
Yes, we are an actual production.
Nice.
So there's,
I'm in Red Eye and Hellcat.
Look at these.
That remind me because I
Dude,
saw
look at
them
these.
over there. Oh my God, look
Wow.
at these. You know what it almost made me want to do when I saw those drive shafts over there? It was like, hey Lee, what's that over there? Hurry up, let's go over here and get it. Look at the quality of these guys. Like, look at this.
yeah, sure.
Holy shit.
Those are axles, right?
Yeah, these are
CV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
These
of
aren't
everything.
Hellcats though. These ones are
No.
different.
No, those are
This almost looks like a Hellcat, just smaller, but that's sort of the idea. With
sort of the
Hellcats.
idea. Yeah.
But they make, I think they make axles for Hellcats that are good for like what, 1,000, 1,100 horsepower, something like that.
More than that.
Yeah, they make, if you guys want to get an axle for your Charger Challenger and you're making a ton of power,
Yep.
Driveshaft Shop has the best axles in the game for
Absolutely.
your Demon, Hellcats, don't matter. You better be an emergency or you're fired.
Yeah. So we've got lots of stuff. Lots of orders going. Lots of stuff we're trying to do. So.
Cody, what would you say if you were the owner of this place and some guy that's way back there, way at the back and prototyping beyond that, beyond the shelf, and you're up there in the office and they're calling you back there 4 times a day just to look at little things? Would you fire him?
I'd be like, yeah, you're not working here anymore.
Yeah, you gotta
You're
go.
now the janitor.
Yeah, my wife wants to know why my legs hurt every day. Well, there's the reason. You're gone, buddy.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Full on CNC machine shop. We've
Nice.
got tons of machines here, all doing different things.
Guys work here just obsessed over the stuff. Like, it's crazy. Everything is this big. Yeah. Well, these guys don't play around. Not
Yeah.
like that.
This area is like QC and high-speed balancing.
Okay.
And other stuff that's going on.
So guys, this is very critical for this video. And I mean, this is like one of the best spots because anybody who thinks they're like, not mentioning all their names because there's at least 3 names I can mention now that are junk drive shafts. This is not a Sync That Company video. It's all about Driveshaft Shop. But I will tell you that a lot of them don't have the quality control, especially if you go on eBay. 9 times out of 10, if not all the time, you go on eBay and their name isn't Driveshaft Shop. There's some cheap Chinese company that are making them for some American company. They're not made in-house or tested. But I will tell you, the weights are about the size of a dime or a nickel. And they get these shafts so quality balanced that this is an old one, and you see that when they balance them, they're smaller than that though. So they get the shaft so perfect that a 20-pound shaft only needs a few grams of weight. And that's because of how good they design everything before they even balance it. And then they go back to the balancer to perfect it. So,
They're really good at working your shaft.
That's right.
oh yeah, they not only like your balls to be smooth, they like your shaft to be balanced.
Absolutely.
This guy, Atlas Appliance, says QA1 is the best shaft out. Well, I will tell you what, when you get herpes, don't call me.
Yeah, American made.
Yep, they make everything in-house.
That's right. Right here in the USA.
So,
And quality controlled, baby.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. There's something else cool.
I see more shiny stuff over here.
Yeah, different spline stuff being made.
Yeah, everything made in America. Not only is it made in America, it's made right here.
Carts.
Every cart.
A lot of car parts.
Yeah, a lot of carts, eh?
That's a nice cart, eh?
Oh, gee, Williker.
This crap.
How would you look at? Do you have a Chesterfield in here?
They can make custom drive shafts. So let them know what you guys want, and they can make custom stuff for your car.
You heard it, guys.
Oh yeah. Very nice, expensive machine over here. Probably costs more than your house, but here it is, and they're using 10 of them, so it's crazy.
Yeah.
You got this right here. You see how basic that looks, right? Well, they take this and turn it into this. Like, look at that.
And then when it's done being
The
done,
process right in there.
oh, there's a half.
So that's the difference right there.
Halfway through the process.
Oh, wow. There you go, right there. And admit it, guys, that steel's kind of ugly. I mean, it's just steel. And then they turn it into this. And then when he turns it around, he'll show you how the internals, they've actually cut into the actual steel to make bearings and stuff and press them in.
These are done from a different material, but the housing and everything would be.
Yeah, that whole housing was cut from that, and they turned it into these beautiful works of art right there. We got pictures of race cars here, and sweet.
Yeah.
And then of course they got their
Yeah,
axles.
we're redoing this display.
Got a nice display here.
Here's the 9-inch kit for Hellcats and Demons.
There you go, guys. Hellcat and Demon 9-inch kit right here from Driveshaft Shop.
Yep.
This Richard asked me if I got shafted yet. Yes, I have been shafted already. Before I even got here, I was shafted. Well, guys, that is going to do it for the install of the carbon fiber drive shaft from Driveshaft Shop. I'm hoping you guys enjoyed this video. I'm really excited to have this fantastic product in the car. And not only that, thank you to Lee and all the guys over at Driveshaft Shop for giving us the grand tour of their amazing production facility, as well as research and development. Unbeatable product nonetheless. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Be sure to check out my brother's channel, This Can't Be Happening, all lowercase, one word. Check me out over on Twitch, twitch.tv/DrivewayDemons, and check out my other gaming channel, Circle Triangle Square, right there on the screen. If you're stopping in for the first time, go ahead and subscribe, punch that like button, comment below. I'd love to hear what you guys think of this video. And for all my returning subscribers, thank you so much for stopping in and watching all my videos. That's gonna do it, guys. Take care, have a great day, and I will see you on the next upload. Take care, have a great day, guys.